Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. How's everybody doing on this beautiful October night? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm feeling better. I was sick last week and couldn't even talk, so there was no point in doing a live. Thank you to the few that reached out and checked on me, but doing better this week. You can probably still hear a little bit of my voice. Had a bad chest something, don't know. Big Boys Toys, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thanks for joining in. Let me finish getting my computer set up. Oops. Trying to get set up. I'm about to knock you guys over. Give me one sec. Alrighty. Oh, let's see here. We got Steve's in the house. What's up, brother? Lee Harris, welcome back, my friend. How you doing this evening? All aspects. What's up, brother? Hell yeah, got a nice little crowd starting to flow in. How's everybody doing this evening? All right, so like the title said, let's talk off-road nitro racing. If you guys have never done it, it's a blast. Give it a shot. This past Saturday, I was lucky enough to get the day off, and I went to a new-to-me track. The locals here in Arizona know it as Adobe Mountain or Adobe Raceway. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but we had a blast. It took a couple hours to get used to the layout, but I was able to start driving pretty cleanly on it. Had a decent time on the qualifies, but for whatever reason, when I get in a main, my brain just goes stupid and I cannot drive for the life of me. Period. I just absolutely cannot. We're trying to get better and change it, but never seems to work. I don't know if you guys can still hear it, but my voice is still cracking a little bit. I lost my voice last week, and now that it's come back, I still sound like a 13-year-old in puberty. But yes, the big races this weekend. Yeah, stage fright. It's something. One of my buddies is like, you're never racing. It's always just practice. And I'm like, man, I keep trying to think that way. But I get out there and I'm like seeing what everybody else is doing, and I cannot keep my focus on the car. I need to start tuning everybody out and just focusing on what I have going. Period. If you've never tried it, It's not easy, not for me anyways. Um, so it's like I do really good in practice for like lap times. I do really good in the qualifying, and I get in a race and I can't even stay on the damn track. And it's an elevation change because it was up in the mountains, so I was having trouble getting it tuned properly and kept flaming out in like the first in the first qualify. And then we finally got it straightened out, and I didn't have any issues during the main. I just couldn't stay on the damn track. But I had a blast. Awesome track there at Adobe. Anybody listening is anywhere near, I recommend it. Really cool people. But anyways, put in a lot of practice. You know, even after the race, kind of wore my tires down to. I mean, there's still some tread, but not much. But no, it's getting pretty smooth with it. It's hard. So if you've never raced, the first step is learning how to steer it on the track and like stay at the right angles to stay inside the tubes or the pipe. And then the next part is, kind of putting it all together and making a smooth pass. Once you get comfortable with that, then you can start speeding up. But when you get other people on the track, that's a whole nother stage. People come flying up behind you, and like with me, my focus goes to them and not my car. I need to learn how to stay focused on my car, because it's tough. But it's a blast. I wouldn't change it for the world right now. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So just gotta learn how to focus better and stay with this car and quit letting other cars distract me. But so as you guys know, recently I put in the Protect servos. So now I've had these for roughly, I've ran them in 4 races, and that's pretty much it. Just practice leading into the race, the qualifiers, and the mains. I want you to check this out. And then I'll catch up on some comments. Okay, so steering works, throttle works, but if I go to just barely draw the throttle in, you can hear it. You should be able to see it as well. Let me zoom in on that. So I'm just like barely pulling the throttle in. And then there, once you get to about the quarter range, it stops. What's going on, Rinks? So apparently, in only 4 races, this very, very expensive ProTech 150 TBL has lost. What the guys at the track were telling me, it's lost its centering pin. Like it's having trouble centering itself. So I don't know if you guys can see this. So I'm just barely pulling the throttle in. And then maybe about 25% it stops doing it. The guys are like, yeah, your servo's going out. I'm like, it just got it. So I've contacted ProTech, waiting to hear back from them. But anybody thinking you got to have a $high ProTech servo? No, all the guys at the track were telling me Nitro Pro's better. So I don't know. So that was really a bummer. Yeah, back to Savax. I had the one that went out on me. I had it for over a year. Never had any issues with it until it just quit. Maybe. We'll see what they do for the return policy on this. I did buy a second one. I was going to put it in the truggy, but now I need to get it in here for the race coming up this weekend. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And if it shits out on me within 4 races, and either going to Nitro Pro or back to Savix. Nitro Pimp, what's up? Travis in the house, what's going on, my friend? Long time no see. Crash a lot, especially if there are girls there. Yeah, that too. Yeah, if I'm coming up behind somebody or somebody's coming up behind me, especially when the fast ones come up behind me, I crash. I've gotten to the point where I just pull over and let them go by. But I need to start practicing and trying to focus on my car, not worrying about the others. My buddy, I got a guy that he helps me out quite a bit. Got a few buddies, but this one guy, his name's Donald Flowers. He's helped me out quite a bit, and he's like, it's not a race. You're still practicing. Just focus on your car and just practicing. He goes, you run so smooth in the practice. It's like you're putting the laps together smoothly. Now you just need to, increase the speed on them. But he said, when you get into a race, you can't think that you're in a race. And I don't know how in the hell you race without thinking you're in a race. A little bit anxious, yeah. Oh, you're talking all aspects. Yeah, I get anxious too, especially when I'm trying to race. But the last weekend at the Nitro compound, and then this past Saturday, I did really good in the qualifying. A really good time, some of my best times ever, and just shit the bed when it came time to race. Like I got, I'm trying to think what it was. I can't remember exactly. I got one of my best lap times. It's probably like 49 seconds. And I think like the really good ones are running anywhere from, I'd say at best a 38, but probably 39 to 40, something like that, or some of the like really, really fast lap times. And my average is like mid 50s. So I started getting lower and lower, and I got it down to like 49 seconds on a lap, and for me that's really good. And then got into the race and I won the qualifying, so they had me in first. And of course, when I say go, take off, and then everybody coming up behind me and getting right into the first turn, you got to slow down, and it goes up a little bump, and you got to do a 180. Yeah, and I ended up flipping over, and everybody gets past me, and then I'm all over the place trying to catch up. So just a complete shit show. It's like I know I can do it, but man, when you get into racing, it's ugly. What do they call it? What is it? The leadership blues or the leadership curse? The leader curse? Something like that. There's a couple words for it, but they say it happens quite a bit. But yeah, for whatever reason, man, I get into a damn race and just suck. Let's see here. Catch up on some comments. Defect one of the gears inside. Yeah, somebody said that it's there's like a centering pin in there, but somebody won't center. And, they say that you can get a new part for it and fix it, and it's easy. But I mean, hell, it's under warranty. I'm just gonna try and get a hold of ProTech, which I got on their site and sent them a message, and I haven't seen a response yet. But I also didn't see in my email where it shows that I sent it. So I don't know. I just need to make sure I did it right. I'll probably send them another message. The price you pay for that, hell to the no, sir. The one they recommend to you from TiVo's company. From TiVo's company. Are you asking or telling? I'm not for sure what you're saying there, Travis. Starting to feel better now. It's kicked in. Nice. John Smith's in the house. What's up? Did you price out the Nitro Pro yet? I think somebody said it's like $160 for the equivalent version to this. So it's actually a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I'm going to definitely look into them. The race didn't go well last weekend. Totaled my buggy and a pizza by the end of the first qualifier. What's going on, off the guy? What's up, brother? Blown Bushing Garage. What is up? I need to get a better transmitter on Flash Guy. GT3 is beat up, and I found out how bad the range is the other day. Yeah, that sucks, man. Damn, it's like my voice was doing good this weekend, and now it's starting to get all raspy and short again. So you just think it gives you them practice going around you, right? But no, I mean, I've been getting valuable practice time and improving. Like when you got a counter, a lap counter, and it tells you your time each time, you kind of know where you made your mistakes and you try to correct it each lap. Um, so on that new track, I think it's a smaller track, so the best time that I heard was, oh shit, what was it, like 28? I think it was a 28 was one of the better lap times. My average was like 34. And then when I was looking at my race data from one of the qualifiers, I actually hit a 31-second lap, and I was like, wow. So it's like I was, getting better at this track and cleaning up the little. Like I had a bunch of 180s, like up the little bumps, and if you don't slow down, you jump and flip over the edge, like all kinds of craziness. It had a straightaway down the backside that had a curve in it that took a minute, and there was a shadow there first thing in the morning. Like it took some doing, but I was getting good lap times out of it, good averages. But man, put me in a race with other people and just no bueno. That's no good for you non-Spanish speaking people. And no, I don't speak Spanish. I just know a couple words. Let's see here. JP, what's up? He changed his name back. How you doing, brother? I love the name. That's funny, pimp. Munching on a beef and veggie pasties? Hell, here pasties aren't known as food. They're known as cover-ups. Grizzly, what's going on? Having a great Monday. How about yourself? Let's see. I've never won a race. I started first qualifier. I have won a few where I had to get the bump to even play. If I start out on the backside and just try to catch up and like use people's wrecks to my advantage, I do okay. But yeah, that qualifier, like I was 20 seconds ahead in both qualifies. And then so they put me in the very front of the damn start of the race, and just would, I'm heading to the corner. I know the little bump's coming. I know I got to brake. My focus went to all the cars coming up behind me really fast, and I didn't brake in time. Probably didn't brake until I was like in the air, and then just flipped over and had to wait for the marshal to flip me over. So just horrible. And then when you're already, when you do that and you get frustrated, for me anyways, just started flopping all over the track. Couldn't stay on it. Too much throttle, spinning around. Like, it was just stupid. I was really disappointed. But I had great qualifying. For me anyways. Let's see. That servo that the track recommended to you from Tim Tebow's company. He also sells fuel, which a lot of racers use. Nitro Pro. Correct. Yes. Yeah, Nitro Pro. Yeah, depending on what ProTech does for a replacement, and like I said, I have a second one. If I don't get more than 4 races out of it and it starts doing the same shit, then yeah, I'm gonna switch. But like I said, I already have a second one. We'll see what they do for the warranty. I don't want to just completely give up on it yet. I've seen where people have had these for a couple years, so I mean, there's no reason. I'm thinking maybe it's just a bad one. The guys at the track, there's a few of them that were ProTech, but the others were like, no, it's got to go Nitro Pro. And then one of the old school guys that was basically winning everything, he's been around for years. He owns a track up in, I think it's Idaho, HCRC or something like that. His name's Brian Eater. They asked him, which servos were any good, and he said they're all junk. But it is what it is. I don't know. I may end up going back to Savox if these don't pan out, or Nitro Pro. Hell, I don't know. I can't believe I spent all that money on it, and it just within 4 races, literally 4 weekends of racing, and all that is practice time that day, qualify, 2 rounds of qualifying, and then 1 main. So 4 races of that, and that's all I got out of that servo. And I mean, it still works, but I know it's going out, and when I want to just ease into the throttle and it's doing that vroom, 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 like that's no good. So yeah, not happy with it. Which, and like I told you guys before, all the ProTech servos that I've had have shit out on me. I figured, if I go with the high dollar racing ones that all the racers are using, I might have a little better luck. But like me and ProTech's about a month. Because I literally ordered this September 12th and I got it September 16th. And today is October, 27th? So yeah, just a little over a month. 40+ second lap must be fun indoors. We do 20 turns in under 10 seconds. Turns your mind to mush. Yeah, I could see that totally. I like the tracks are a little bit bigger. So this one that I went to, like I said, it's on average was like a 28 was the high. I'd say probably 30 to 31 was the average on it. My average was 34, 35. There might have even been some that were a little bit faster that I just didn't see all the numbers. But the fastest that I knew for sure I saw was 28. It was a good sized track, and like I could see the other side of it really good. I'm nearsighted, so I don't see so well far away. Even with glasses, because I need to get them upgraded. But I like the smaller track because I can see it better. And then, of course, when you crash and got to go out there, it doesn't take all day. But I mean, when it comes to like the size of the nitro compound, I think it's awesome. It's hard to see the other side, and it sucks when you got to go get it, but it is fun. And yeah, those small tracks when it's just all those turns and those really quick electric ones, like they get around the turn and swoop, they're gone. Yeah, that gives me a headache. Start to hurt your eyes. I got dizzy watching your track, but in my defense, I was driving. That's some funny shit. Can't blink or have even a quarter of a brain fart. Dude, I hate like when you're outside and like the wind blows and like it'll make my eyes water. Oh, there's nothing you can do. Let's see. They're top of the line servos, 169. For the Nitro Pro, yeah, that's what the guys were saying. Like 160-ish. Maybe they've gone up a little, or I don't know, maybe they know of a site that can get them 160, I don't know, but ever considered Refs Raw 500? I have not. I've never even heard of them. Be interesting to look into, though. I just need something that can hold up to the abuse and the heat. Hello, baby doll. How you doing? Glad you can make it. John Bishop, what's up? How you doing, bro? Tried JX. Don't know if they're good for racing. I do have some JX, and I've had some shit out on me. Which at this point they all shit out on you, right? But I've never put things through as much abuse as what I do on the track when it comes to the landing, the jumps, crashing, the heat, especially out here. So some of the cheaper ones make me nervous. Letting this tighten off and working on it now. Nice. That was a good looking truck, bro. Can't wait to see you get a body for it and do some running with it. I have seasons of carpet off-road on mine. You must have had bad luck with yours. That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you for the input. I've heard from some people, like one of the racers that was up at the hobby store. It's an indoor 10 scale track. Said he's had his for 2 years with no issues. Some of the guys at the track say, they don't like him. I think some of it's just biased at the same time, but yeah, like I figured I could get at least more than a month out of it. But like I said, I have a second one. We're gonna throw it in there and see what happens. If I don't get more than 4 weeks out of it, I'll never purchase another ProTech servo because that I've had the high dollar and the cheap, and at that point, if another one goes out that quick, to me that just means they're junk. But I mean, I'm glad some people have had some good luck with them. Like, and I know the question is going to be, did you set your endpoints? Yeah, because if I don't set my endpoints, like it starts squeezing everything, so it starts pulling up on this plastic because it's all attached to the plastic, so it starts flexing everything. It's pulling on the carburetor. So yeah, I set my endpoints on it. It's not just over pulling it. And I mean, hell, these are some of the higher, whatever you call it, grams of torque or whatever it is, kilograms. And I do have some rubber bands on there for resistance to, to close it in case something happens. But man, the amount of torque that these things are supposed to put out, like, that should not be affecting the life of it. Hoping it's just bad luck. Full house tonight. Good to see everyone. Yes, sir. Off and the guy. A few guys forgot to hit the like button, but that's okay. We haven't done anything interesting yet, so I get it. Some of you probably just old and forgot. Yeah, I decided to change my name back to the other name. Was not working for me. We like it either way. You're a good dude no matter what, bro. Kept thinking Top Gear with gearheads. It didn't fit the hobby. It is my TikTok name. I mean, yeah, there's some gearing in there, but makes you sound more like an electric guy at that point. JW, what is up, brother? How you doing, my friend? Dude, I don't know if you heard me, but I went and checked out Adobe. That place is great. You ever make it down here, we're gonna go. I got the big race coming up this week. I'm having issues with my ProTech yet. Maybe you just got a bad batch. Yeah, twice now. Which actually, two of the cheaper ones have glitched out on me, and now one of the high dollar ones. So, but yeah, hoping with this it was just a bad. The guys said it was a centering pin, and I don't know. It's something to do with the gears finding the center point. Yeah, I don't know. Lotus is in the house. What is up, brother? Can you take the servo horn off and see if it shakes with the horn off? I mean, I can. I haven't yet, but yeah, we'll try that. Give me a second. Yeah, and I got to do a bunch of shit on this to get ready for this weekend. So tonight we'll start taking some things apart. I'm going to redo all the diffs. I just redid the front shocks, which one of them I didn't get tight enough, so I need to make sure it's topped off. I'll redo the back shocks. Going to redo the diffs. Pop in the new servo, make sure all the bearings are good, all that good stuff. Hello, boatman. Do they make noise when at neutral? The one I had got bad. No. Yeah, we'll turn it on and... They chime. No, I don't hear anything, but for those of you guys that didn't see, so just by pulling the throttle a little bit, and when I get to probably just about quarter, but when you're trying to like rev into the throttle, slowly, it gets all bouncy on you, and yeah, it works. It does its thing. But if you want to go slow, so yeah. Known as JP. Yep. I've been running the nitro. Went through 2 gallons already. Nice. So much better than waiting on batteries to charge up, ain't it? It's funny that Jam and Buggy of mine is still running OG off in the servos. A lot of that old school shit, whether it's jamming or even some of the old Kyosho stuff, a lot of good old servos are still running. Everything these days, it's just, let's get them to shit out so they go buy another one. Have a complete Syngenis 3 speed, baby. Nice. Has some middle of the road spectrums. The driver sucks. Can't blame the servos. I mean, you know, same here, but yeah, they're shit out. Nope, doesn't sound like it. No, man, they're just like, they don't make any noise. There's a bunch of us going to Adobe here soon as well. It doesn't look like I'll make it to either race. Those funds still aren't here like I thought they would be. Well, that sucks, bro. Well, if you do make it, let me know. We'll make it a day. You'll hear it chattering. Yeah, right. But yeah, that stupid two-step. That stupid bouncing back and forth. Yeah, all the guys at the track are like, yeah, that's the centering pin is failing and it can't find its center point. And it's like, well, I'm not trying to center it, I'm trying to throttle it. What's that got to do with anything? But you know, I'm not going to argue. We'll say the Nitro Pro, let's see, are definitely a tier above Pro Tech. Yeah, and see, when I was getting these, like, I just started hearing about Nitro Pro. A brand I've never really heard about till here recently. I don't know how long they've been around, but for some reason, I haven't heard of them. But I'd already bought these, and I was like, huh. And, these don't make it very long, definitely gonna check them out. Look at that, got me a new scoop. It's just a molded plastic. Like, it comes white. It's not clear that I painted or anything. J Concepts. It's made specifically for this buggy. So, got me a little front wing. I don't know how much good they actually do, but it sure does look cool. All the servos in the center, good. Yeah, my servos are real weak. So I've already changed out, I think, 2 of them. I think Spectrum servos are the worst. Yeah, I've only seen Spectrum servos once or had it in one of the vehicles that I purchased, and it wasn't working. But I've never had one brand new, so I couldn't really say. I've had good luck with Spectrum. I just don't expect much from them, their RTR stuff. Right. All right, we'll move the camera over. Oh. See if you guys can see this. Hobby Action pit board. Nice and solid. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna do the diffs, the shocks, make sure all the bearings are good. What is this? That's something stupid on the computer. I haven't run this sim much yet, but the servos seem to be the least of its problems. What engine is in it? Got rid of the shelf. Who told me I got rid of the shelf queen? But you were going to the rear of that truck. Which truck are you talking about? I got a feeling you're not talking to me. The Sin 46. I don't have a Sin 46. I got the Sin 7.7 and I still have it. So we must be talking to somebody else. Often guy, how in the hell are you gonna crash that scent? Somebody hit me and put a dent in my pipe. I was not happy. Alright, I'm getting. It's weird. It's like this thing's really noisy when you start like spinning the wheels. I'm not for sure if it's just the gears chattering or if it's something in the diffs. I'm hoping it's just the gears chattering. Alright. So hopefully this weekend when there's more people there, I can hopefully focus on just my car and not let everybody else affect me. But yeah, that's been one of the hardest parts. I mean, you know, getting used to the track, that's its own difficulty, but for whatever reason, getting used to running with everybody else has been hard. And my buddy Donald, he's been slowing down so that I have somebody to, you know, like when we're practicing, that I'm running with somebody to simulate, you know, running with other drivers. But we just started doing that, so I haven't seen any results from it yet, but hopefully that helps. Don't see why it wouldn't. Things are tight. Yeah, I just gotta quit getting in my own head. I'm my own worst enemy. Oh yeah, and he had a Dremel, so I was able to get that little screw out of that clutch. So now I have both clutches to mess with. I can set up however that I want. Which I did I did use the carbon fiber shoe, 2 of them, and then 2 aluminums, and it wasn't quite as aggressive on the takeoff, so I'm digging it. It helped out quite a bit. Yeah, I've seen the crash of the Pico T-Max. Wanna buy one? After I play this. We are all what? Our own worst enemy? Yeah, if somebody would have said that when I first got into racing, I would have just kind of laughed. But no, not anymore. It's like you only get one good run out of these bearings. Good thing I bought a 10-pack. Let's see here. So we'll take off this servo horn, and you wanted to see if it would do the same thing. Sorry, I wanted to see if it would do the same thing without the horn on it. With no load on it, basically. So I think it was John Smith that asked about that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's such a small amount, you probably can't really see it, but I can hear it. It's kind of quiet. I'm assuming you guys can hear it. Yep. You can hear it. Cool, cool. Texas Aggie, what's up? He can hear it. So, yep. We're gonna change it out, and hopefully we get a new one in its place. It should be under warranty. So yeah, still, ouch, still sealed up. Anywho, let's see. I guess first things first, well, I gotta take the servo out to get to the center diff. So I'll go ahead and take the servo out, do the center diff, and then put it all back together. These little screws here, like the hardest screws to get to stay in there. Probably needs a dab of Loctite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you guys that the last time I was at the track and I had my brand new switch eliminator. It was, I wouldn't call it shorting out, but it was like had a loose connection and it kept cutting out on me. So I went back to the push button switch. I was always under that assumption that these kit cars are, a lot stronger, built for the track. Man, it doesn't matter. That track still beats the shit out of them, and it wreaks a lot of havoc on your gear. I know you're supposed to learn how to not crash so much, but apparently I haven't mastered that side of it yet. So I guess I should open this up and unplug this so it does not get hung up and ripped out. I guess while we're in here, we can always check the connection of this servo. It gets a lot of dust in there, that's for sure. I mean, it's in there just like the rest of them. I don't know. Just a bummer when you think you got something that's decent and it craps out literally after 4 races. Well, we noticed it during the 4th race anyways. There's really no telling how long. Because I hadn't really paid attention to it, like pulling on the throttle slowly. And one of my buddies was like, "That's odd." So we started investigating and no bueno. Damn, I hope they make it right for you. They should. They say Protec's got a good warranty. I guess it's more of a pain in the butt than like Nitro Pro, but should still have the warranty, so we'll find out. It's just a matter of getting a hold of them and doing some communication. They'll probably want the receipt from where I bought it. They'll probably want a demonstration. I don't know. I'd plug a new one in and see if it does it too. Make sure it's not the radio setting or something. And I thought about that too. So thank you. It's a good point, Rinks. I'll try my old Savox. Because there's so many settings on this controller. And that's kind of what I was hoping somebody at the track would say. But they seemed to know right away what it was. And so I'm just taking them for the word on it. But, like I said, it's a good point. This thing is dusty. So it's going to be the number 2 here. So another thing I haven't had real good luck with is these Futabo receivers. Had a couple of them crap out on me as well. Rinks, you might be onto something. And a $70 receiver is better than a $175 servo. Let's see. Thought I had a new one, but I think I already put the new one in. But the one I took out should be good to go. Let's see. So it should be. I might have set the new one over this one and it may not be programmed anymore. Alright, so we're gonna go so now we will go to this. Damn it, Rinks. I like it when you're right. Slap this little baby on there, see if we can see. It's reversed. You know, literally, that's like the second or third receiver that I've had crap out. And at $70 a piece, that is not good. Yeah, that's a good thing. Dude, make sure this shit, bro. We'll test it out real good again before, before it's all said and done, but yeah, looks like it's gonna be, let's see if that first, let's see, the second channel. Does it with the steering. What the hell? Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Yep, it's the receiver. See, that's why we do this as a team, as a family, as a whole, because sometimes some of us think of things that others don't. The next time I'm going to blame Futaba before I blame Protec until otherwise proven. Yeah, that's the second one of these that have. I'm going to put a B on it for bad. Maybe we'll just write it all out. Bad. Then when I get it mixed up. Where's my little guy? Yeah, that's freaking awesome. What's going on, Jason? How you doing, bro? Did I just win Nitro Mechanic of the Night? Maybe. No, I mean, that's cool. You know, win some, you lose some, right? Yeah, I've only had my Futaba for about a year and paid a lot of money for it, so I don't want to swap it out just yet. But, you know, if I got a couple more receivers. If they keep going out, then yeah, we'll probably sell it to somebody that wants to deal with it and go to something else. Because yeah, they're pretty expensive for them to keep going out. Texas Aggie says, bypass the switch. The plot thickens. Switch 1 to 2, vice versa, double check. Yeah, it's the receiver. Pretty sure we win a winter chicken dinner for old Rinks. Team will break a lot of stuff, so I fix a lot of stuff. You have no luck with receivers. They've all been these Futaba receivers. Cause yeah, when it was glitching out at the track there at Omaha, it was the receiver. Damn, I keep forgetting that screw is not the same. It takes this little teeny tiny thing. Is it the same as this? But again, like I said, man, way better than it being the expensive ass receiver. And now I still have a second receiver for my truggy. I don't know why this one grub screw is this odd size. I have to use this stupid little key instead of my nice I have no idea what size it is. Yeah, and that was pretty much a new receiver. Haven't had it that long. I think right when the race season started, so it's probably got the same number of races on it as what this servo does. So I remember I swapped it over not too long ago. Which for no reason other than the fact that it was brand new. And I'd gotten it for like the truggy, but I knew I wasn't going to run it, so I figured for the race I'd put a brand new receiver in there, and hopefully we wouldn't have any issues. And yeah, if this one here gets all glitchy with me, I'm gonna be pissed. Such a pain in the butt to do with this little key. But we got it. Give it back. Pretty sure I bought this up at the hobby store too. I'm gonna see what kind of warranty it has and see if they'll give me another one. Let's see. So that should be, get in there. Throttle. Steering. Transponder. And we're gonna plug the switch in so we go through the switch just to make sure we don't have any issues. Yeah, I've got this. I mean, if you're talking something different, like I don't have any other like foam like. I mean, is this good enough in your eyes, or does it need to be like a thicker piece of foam? Which I don't really have. I'm thinking. You know what? If nothing else, I could take an old tire and cut a couple strips and lay in there to give it some cushion. What do you think about that? It's all good. Well, I mean, it's still money, so it's not the best news, but it is better than the $175 servo. And now I still have two. Yeah, thanks again, Rinks. I mean, hell, as much shit as I break, you'd think I would think of these things, but no. No, I don't. Yep. I was looking for the screws and they're already in there. Just saved you money and you didn't even swap the Geico. Yeah, that's funny shit. Start calling you the gecko. No, that's freaking badass. And you know, the other day there was a piece of me that thought, man, hopefully I don't have another receiver going out. And then once the guy said, oh yeah, your servo's not centering, you know, that's in the servo, didn't even think to double check it. Just thought, yeah. But I still had to take these loose to get the center diff out, so not the end of the world. No, that's freaking awesome. Still gonna change out the diffs, the oil, make sure, because I've been wanting to up the center diff to 8,000 from 7,000. So it'll be 10 in the front, 8 in the center, and 7 in the rear. And right now it's 10, 7, 7. Which is doing alright. But I've been wanting to get back to 10, 8, 8 anyways. Come on, let go, let go, let go. Didn't tighten anything down, I just set you on there, let go. There it is. But yes, Rinks, you just saved me like $100. Which I was gonna try to get a new replacement. So really, I don't know that you actually saved me money, but you saved me a lot of time. So time is money. And I'm appreciative for the suggestion. Little 3M tape to hold it down. What, the servo? No, you want it to absorb shock and that should be fine. Often a guy says, I like Velcro on 2 or 3 sides. It definitely won't move. Won't moist. I think that should be fine. You want it to absorb shock and vibration. Yeah, and when I had it go out before, I didn't have anything in there, and this one seemed to last a lot longer. I think partially it's also the heat that I deal with out here. Because, I mean, it sits right next to the engine. You know, and once the engine's hot, the chassis is hot, and it absorbs everything that comes to that plastic. So it gets pretty hot from the heat and the engine itself. But, you know, in all honesty, I'm glad I didn't waste time putting the other servo in there to find it doing the same thing. So, again, much appreciated. I always hate wasting a bunch of time to find out you didn't do shit. That sucks when you think you're accomplishing something, you find out you didn't do nothing but waste time. seems to be the problem here. Seems like something's making it stick. I don't feel anything. Yeah, this was wet last time I opened it up and I replaced that gasket, so I think I found my problem. Mission accomplished. But hey, now anything that, I said bad about ProTech, I can take back. Because, yeah, this time it wasn't the ProTech. Now I'm starting to have my doubts about Futaba, though. I see a lot of people running Futaba not having issues. Maybe it's like you guys are saying, it just needs some more cushion. Get out of here, dirt. Use this to dump her diff in. There is. Can't find my 2.0. That's twisted. That's where I work. I watch others screw up, but the plot twist. I'm more interested in seeing what happens and fixing it. Man, that's just not right, man. But I get it. JW runs 10-10-7. Yeah, I mean. Well, the good thing is I got all day Friday to test out this 8. And if it seems like it's slipping too much to front or back and it's not putting it out evenly, then I'll try the 10. I did have 10 in there at one point, but I was running 15-10-7 or something like that. And now that it's cooled down, I don't want to run that thick in the front anymore. Yeah, it's cooled down out here and the weather's beautiful. Like mid to high 80s. Even some days it's like high of 80. I know most places that's still warm, but here, that's golden. Oh, she's nice and dark colored. Don't have that much runtime on it, but sure is ready for a change. The bearings should still be good, but we'll go ahead and check them out too while we're here. Come on, don't tear it. These washers are still pretty fresh in here, these O-rings. So they should be fine. Trey, you know you sent someone after the wire stretcher before. Oh yeah, Rigid makes the best one. For those of you that don't know, Rigid is a tool maker. But yes, we've all sent some after a bucket of ohms or a wire stretcher, a pipe stretcher. Yep, been there, done that. And when you're a young apprentice and the first time you hear that, you're thinking, that doesn't sound right. But you're like, oh, maybe these guys know something I don't know. Some guys go searching and some guys don't. Sometimes a couple hours later, the boss is like, what's that guy doing? Oh, he's searching for the wire stretcher. Who the hell sent him out for the wire stretcher? As they're laughing. Okay, so that bearing is good. Yep, good times, good times. Yeah, my line of work, we can't play too many jokes because lives are at stake. Electricity's not something you really get to play around with, but there are certain times, like in the early stages, where you can play some jokes on people, but just can't get too carried away. Yeah, I don't know how long. Man, I've only ran a few races off of this, and this stuff is black. It don't take long for this clear silicone to get all shitty. I think it's time to get out the old brake cleaner. I'll be right back. No, I don't recommend doing this indoors. It stinks. Since I went through something before and then never came back. Did the company a favor. Had we gotta take a box truck for elevator. It's a one-story warehouse. He never found it. That's messed up. Oh shit. 15 Pennsylvania most of the day. I'm still rocking shorts. I ain't giving up yet. Oh shit. Just sipping on. I'm not for sure what that is. Black tea. Is that an alcohol or just black tea? Speaking of which, my drink's running low. I need to wash my hands and make a new drink. All right, we're back. Damn, you got some snow today. Holy shit. I got to grease my welding lead one time and I filled his glove fingers full of stinky grease with the grease gun. That's not nice. It's so warm down here, I haven't even thought about snow. Like, like mid to high 50s is the lowest we've had down here. Oh, I forget it's even the end of October, beginning of November, as warm as it is. I mean, it's just beautiful out there at the track. Slight breeze. I mean, it's sunny, and if you're out in the sun, you know, for me anyways, I burn. So I still got to stay covered up, but man, it's just so nice. You never seen snow? That sucks, man. Snow's awesome to play in. After a while, it kind of gets old, but I like it. I miss not having snow. Also, supervisors welding lens with gloss black. That's not nice. Hell, in my field, we always zip tie the tools or duct tape up the tool bags or something, just, yeah. Had one guy on a job, I don't know why, but he decided that he was going to put, I don't know, it's like it swept up the floor and it had a bunch of like metal shavings and just a bunch of dirt and then dumped it in my tool bag, like an open carrying bag. And I couldn't stand the guy anyways, but yeah, so I poured it all back into his bag, plus I added a whole bunch of other nasty shit. He quit doing it, but yeah, he thought it'd be funny to mess around with me. Zip tied my wire strippers to my cart, and then zip tied my cart to the inside of the Connex so I couldn't get up my stuff out and had to like crawl underneath and cut it loose. Yeah. I mean, it's funny, Nothing wrong with a few games, but I didn't like him anyways. I did other things to get back at him, but we won't talk about it on here. We used to make acetylene bombs. Dude, when I went to school for HVAC, I learned what acetylene can do. And when you say an acetylene bomb, that makes me think of holy shit. Because acetylene is bad. Like, acetylene is so unstable. They use like a honeycomb inside the tank, so it doesn't slosh around and explode on itself. Like it's very volatile. I think I'm using that word right. That's just crazy. He said we used to make acetylene bombs. That's just messed up. Our older Freightliner have old CD players with detachable faceplates. Put a Taylor Swift CD in one of our driver's trucks and took the faceplate. Oh shit! Oh hell no! This radio is coming out. Now, I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. That's not my style of music, and we ain't listening to that for 11 hours. Rinks, you know what I listen to, man. That would just be mean. Oh, by the way, if I didn't mention it, Lorna Shore, holy shit, they put on a hell of a show. I know you said you've been. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. Awesome concert and very small venue. So I was like 8 people back, and was really close to the crazy people doing the mosh pit. It was good. Hell yeah, it was. That was before Auto Dark helmets. Like we got him. He used to build 18-wheeler dump trucks. Welding the buckets. You were welding the dumper. Where is it? Where'd you go? Found it. The old 8K perfect diff oil. Much more racing. Never heard of it, but it was only 8K that they had. So I figured we'd give her a shot. Can't see the hole. Use more fluid. Hell, it was up to the top. If I put any more in, the gear's just gonna spit it out. And we'll squeeze a little bit in on the sides. All right, she's spewing out. Does that look better, Jay? Difference between Mugen and Techno, I guess. I'm not allowed to do this anymore. Line 41 Bash, what's up? Jeez, I know how heartbreaking this is. Sorry. Which part? I'm actually kind of happy that it was only the receiver. Easier swap out and cheaper. Doesn't make me feel any better about my Futaba setup though. Nice and smooth. Paige Smith, what's going on, brother? Glad you made it back. Had a rough day. Had to put my 20. Yeah, that sucks, man. That fact your dog made it to 20 years. Holy shit! What kind of dog is it? Yeah, I would miss him too. We had a 20-year-old cat, but I've never had it. Well, we got one right now, a Papillon, that's 15, probably going on 16. He's at the end of his life. Boxer pit. Yeah, we had we couldn't tell if it was a boxer pit or he was long and like tall. He was almost like a Great Dane, but we think boxer pit had the brown, that tan short hair with like a black muzzle. Good looking dog. One of the best dogs that we had, and at like 8 or 9 years old, he ended up had some kind of stomach issue, and it was an infection. We couldn't get rid of it. We felt so bad, but yeah, man, getting one of those the last 20 years, holy crap. That's freaking awesome. You even had it that long, bro. 1 hour to 7. Yeah. 1 hour or 1 year? Oh, that's what you were saying. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, I didn't even see all that. I did put some more fluid in it, JW. I hope it's enough. Because she was spitting out the top. Alright, so this goes towards the rear. Hold on a second. Sits like that, comes this way. So this goes on this side. Because this sits in that groove. Where's my other one? So you're hiding. And the throttle linkage goes towards the servo. Like a glove. And they're marked F for front, R for rear. Oh, but a tool that I did order is a Dremel. So now I'll be able to cut out my own screws. Or cut a groove in the head anyways. I found if you don't back these off a little bit, it locks up the, like when you put on the brakes, it won't let them loose. Okay, so with the brakes engaged. That should do it. Samsonite. I don't know if I've ever seen you in here before. Welcome to the show, brother. I like the name. This is tricky. One thing I don't like about the 2.2s is, oh, maybe it'll help if I put you guys on the car. The transmission or the center diff is tied to the servo. So not only do I gotta get the dog bones in, but I gotta get it lined up in the servo, all in one motion. I like the handling of the 2.2. Man, some of the way that they decided to put these together, just mind blowing. But I mean, it is easy. I got it in. There, it's in. It just, I don't like it. Your front brace is tied to this servo, which is also tied to the box. This servo is tied to the tray, which is tied to like your, well, I'm sorry, not the tray, but it's like all tied to the switch, tied to this. It's kind of annoying how they tied everything together. Thanks, but I'm always around here. They're everywhere. Well, appreciate you chiming in so we can see you out there, my man. That 30 plus nitro is pretty much full-time job. Keeping up with him, not much time for YouTube. Yep. Yeah, I got about 30 nitros, but right now, being that I'm close to a track, my only passion at the moment is just trying to get better at the track. Which I am. If I'm running by myself, I look awesome. I start running with people, I look really bad. But it all comes with practice and experience. Yeah, I think a lot of the noise that I'm hearing when running is my bell to spur. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just setting my mesh too loose or what. Hey, the fact that my hot hour Protect servo is still good, I'm happy. Boosted RC, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the show, my friend. You're right, Samson. It's not easy at all. It's like my Buick. No matter what you have to work on, you have to take everything apart to fix anything. Yeah. Yeah, I like the older Technos. I like the way that they're built because the whole radio tray comes out, everything's separate. All you do is take off the horns and it all comes out. But these, even though I don't like the way it goes together, they steer much better. They handle much better. So I guess it's like a give and take relationship. I give a little, it takes a lot. But either way, no matter how good the setup is, it's all about the driver. And for the most part, this driver is a little on the shady side. But we're getting better. It's weird because when you do something and you're kind of like a natural talent at it, like smart people just talented at being smart about things. Athletes, I was always a fast, quick learner when it comes to most sports. Pick up on things really well, and I'm not saying I'm like pro talented, but I just always had a natural talent and ability for sports. And you pick up something like this, and you're like, you're used to that, not instant, but you can just tell, it's like, hey, I'm better at this, and this is taking so freaking long. It's frustrating. But I mean, I get it. I understand. It just sucks. Like for me, I always want to be good at whatever it is that I'm doing. But this hobby is not that easy to just be good at. Hobby, yes. Racing, not so much. Hobby just takes a little bit of practice and effort. Racing takes a long ass time. Gonna set this on there, but I'm gonna wait to put the engine in until after I redo my diffs. Just don't want to lose these pieces. All right. Now let's see. Diff tonight. We don't really have time for it. Let's see. Naturally develop tunnel vision. Only on yours. I know, man. I'm trying. Like seriously. Like, I mean, for me, it's all about developing, like you say, tunnel vision and just tuning out everything else and focusing on what my car is doing. But man, when people start coming up around you and where you're passing, people are flying all over the place. Like it's hard to stay focused on just your shit. I know that from experience. For me, it is anyways, and you know, probably got a slight case of ADD, and you know, my focus jumps around, so probably doesn't help any. But we are working on it. I mean, the main thing is right now we're getting smoother at getting around the track. You know, a lot of it's timing. It's that throttle control. I found one of my problems is if I got a brake, if I'm not focused on my controller, I've noticed. So you see how it's kind of like open. So I've noticed that when I go to brake, if I'm not focused and I start relaxing my finger and I'm down here, when I go to hit that brake, I'll kick it out like that. So I have to stay focused on keeping my finger in the right position. Otherwise, I'll get kind of lazy and just kind of half-ass have it in there, and then I slide off of it. I've done that a few times. And so I have to keep that on my mind and realize where my finger is at. My fast laps are not bad, but my consistency needs work. Yeah, it's like when I'm not racing, you know, when I'm practicing, or like that lap counter, that nationwide RC Live lap counter. When I start looking at my scores on there, like say not this Saturday, but last Sunday, which was like round 3 at the Nitro compound, my first qualifying, I was in first place. I was up by like 15 or 18 seconds or something like that, and my consistency was 95%. Second round, I had a 20 plus, like 22, 23 second lead, and my consistency was up around, 94, 95. I think it had dropped just a little bit. But then during the race, I started in first. I ended up in, I don't know, way down there, something stupid. But my consistency dropped down to like 86 or 89. So yeah, when I'm not knowing that I'm in a race, my consistency's good, and I'm getting better and my shit's getting faster. But the moment you put me in a race, I don't know, it's like some Yahoo just pulled back the rubber band and just shot it across the room and just flop it all over the place. But it is what it is. I'm gonna focus this weekend on, because even during like practice and the qualifying with all the other cars out there, I'm going to focus on only focusing on my car. And like you say often, trying to have that tunnel vision. It's just me out there. Like my other buddy was saying, it's you're not racing, you're just practicing. I'm gonna try and keep that mindset and just stay clean through the race, and not necessarily get the fastest, but just try to stay clean and not look stupid. I hate that when it's like you can do it. You do good in practice, you do good in the qualifying, and then you just, I don't know, like some dumbass took over for the race, for the mains. But anyways, join me tomorrow night. We're gonna dive into the diffs, basically just cleaning them out and refueling them, refilling them, making sure the bearings are good, making sure that the mesh is good between the ring gear and the pinion gear. And if we have enough time, we're gonna hit the shocks. Probably won't be doing a show Wednesday, so be sure and join me tomorrow night, and we'll get ready for this next race. Let's see. Put bumper to the ass and you'll feel it when they bump you. Yes, off the guy. Game over, he yawned. I'd like to race. I could only find half-blind guys like myself to race with. I keep asking if they got anything below novice, like before beginner, and they just kind of laugh at me, and I'm like, well, I mean, somebody's got to volunteer to be last, so I guess it'll be me. I'll take one for the team. Yes, sir, Jay. Everybody have yourselves a great night. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Same time, same place tomorrow. Be here. Take it easy, guys. Much love and peace.